My bark.
My bark. It's so good, you guys.
It's so good.
It tastes amazing.
I'm gonna eat it off the floor. It's that
Just
good.
hold on to your bark. Hey guys, it's Zero. Welcome to 12 Days of Cookies. It's day 9. I'm hanging out with my friend JonnyCakes today.
Johnny Cookies today, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's Mr. Cookies today, everybody. Johnny, where can people find you?
You can find me at the JonnyCakes.
At the
I
JonnyCakes.
couldn't get JonnyCakes. JonnyCakes is like a farmer in Wisconsin, and he wouldn't give me his name.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, I was like, please, and he's like, no. I was like, all right, I'll be the JonnyCakes then. Bro, I gotta tell you, like every time I'm here, it's wild. I know that I'm fangirling again. I'll stop doing this someday, but I do feel like I walked into like my YouTube screen. You know what I mean? Yes, it's weird to be here still. I mean, it's fun to be here, but yes, because I'm a fan.
I will take weird and
I hope I don't
fun.
mess up.
No, we're gonna have so much fun. So today's cookie is a little finicky, but I knew you could handle it because you were a baker. You are a pro. So we're gonna be making a French macaron.
Ooh, oui, oui.
Ooh, but we're gonna make one for the holidays. So we are gonna be making a peppermint bark French macaron. These cookies are made with love. They're a little finicky, but we can do this.
We definitely can do it.
Okay.
They're hard.
With our powers combined, you have to put your finger out like this.
Let's get started.
The first step to making these fancy cookies is we are going to combine our dry ingredients, but we're not just gonna put them in a bowl together and whisk. Oh no,
They need more attention. They're difficult. Yeah.
Think high maintenance. That's what we're gonna do. We've got to sift them so that they're nice and perfectly fluffy and seamless. So we've got to sift powdered sugar and almond flour. Do you want to pour or do you want to twist?
I'll pour, you twist.
Scoop me in.
This is fun.
Isn't this adorable?
It's like fun to bake with people because it's for me, I'm just alone in my kitchen all the time.
I feel like cooking and baking is so much funner when you're hanging out with someone because the time flies by. You have helping hands. It's just, it makes it like more social.
I have such fond memories of baking with my parents or like with my aunt and uncle. I don't think I've forgotten any bake I ever did. You know what I mean?
Smells too. Like smells really help memory, I feel like. And so when I smell different things, I can really remember like people I was hanging out with when I smelled that. You know, like my first kiss? He had a spearmint gum in his mouth.
No.
And so now I love spearmint gum, but every time I have it,
You're like, not that guy. Mike's like going out to buy spearmint gum right now.
He actually does keep us stocked.
Spearmint gum?
Yes.
He knows I was way to your heart.
Oh yeah, he does. Okay, but do you see this, you guys? Look at all these chunks. Look at these lumps. Look at these crumbles. Look at, this is what we don't want.
The lumps will make for a bumpy, wonky top.
You want to be smooth, but it's really hard to get them smooth.
So hard. I wish I had a fun first kiss story.
What was your first kiss?
I mean, it was a girl and now I'm gay, so obviously it wasn't that good.
But did it have a smell like bubble gum or watermelon?
Actually, she did smell like
garlic or
like Victoria's Secret perfume. So whenever I walk by a Victoria's Secret.
Was it Love Spell or vanilla? Those are the two most popular.
Okay, it definitely was vanilla.
Look at this.
Wow, yeah, and if you put your head here, it looks like we're in a snowstorm.
Oh yeah, here, get in the snowstorm.
Oh wow, I forgot my poncho or whatever. Yeah. I gotta get one of these. I don't have one.
Aren't they so cute?
Yeah, they're really. I'm always doing this. Not as fun.
The shake. You can do that too. Look how fun.
You're getting it into all of your other ingredients.
You know what? They're all gonna meet eventually. Might as well get them used to each other.
Also, look at what came out, you guys. Let's take a look. Let's take a gander. Look at all that.
You don't want those chunks.
Oh, chunky balls. We don't want that.
No.
Get out of here. I am going to put all of the ingredients and their measurements in the description down below. But if you want to do this very precise, we will also put the weight. These funky little stinkers. All right, now this is all sift together. I'm going to whisk together just one time, really gentle.
Cool.
And then we can start making our meringue. Ooh. Which is the fun part.
It is the fun part.
I love seeing the eggs turn from like this liquid.
It's okay.
Well, you know what? This is good because a little bit fell out of here, a little bit fell out here.
We're balancing it out.
Now we're gonna make some meringue.
Yep.
We're gonna use a stand mixer because you have to mix together for a pretty long time. We actually wiped it out with a little bit of vinegar, so just in case there's any butter left over at all, you don't want any fat. All right, so we're gonna start with our egg whites.
Great.
You wanna toss them in there?
I'll toss them in.
And we're gonna whip together our egg whites until we get frothy. Let's start that bubble bath. Let's go. Look at that, you guys. Look at all those bubbles. That's what you want.
Now we have to add cream of tartar, and that helps make the meringue and like stabilize it, which is good.
Stabilize it, which we want to do because we want stiff peaks. Once the cream of tartar is mixed in, we're going to slowly add the sugar, very slowly, while mixing on a medium speed, and then it just needs to keep mixing until we get those stiff peaks.
So this is kind of like very on theme. It looks like a mound of snow.
Oh, it's beautiful. You guys look at that.
Right,
Look at it straight up. Boom. There's no floppy. Okay,
No.
if the top peak flops really far,
Yeah, if it's
that's
like-
a softer peak. A little slight, that's okay. That's like,
I mean, look at her. She is holding
She-
her shape.
she's perfect.
It's like a little
She's
hat.
perfect. As soon as it is this, we stop mixing.
So do this, get a friend. It's just so frothy and delicious looking.
Our meringue is beautiful. And now,
Yes, so we want to add the color and the flavor now.
so we're doing red and a little bit of peppermint oil.
Cool.
Oh my gosh. It's like a candy cane in my nose.
It honestly smells delicious.
Peppermint isn't spearmint, but it's still mint,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it still reminds you of them.
Now we're gonna add our dry ingredients to our meringue a third at a time.
Right.
I'm gonna eyeball it, about a third. The French don't do this. They're like eyeballing.
Paul.
Row, no.
eyeball?
You wanna keep the air in it. So after you make that meringue, we're folding in the colors and we're folding in the dry ingredients to keep it nice and fluffy. We want that air in there. So here we go. And we're doing it slowly. We don't wanna overwhelm our little meringue. Just a third at a time, because it can handle that. Oh, sorry, dust cloud.
No, it's good. Honestly, I'm like tasting every dust cloud and enjoying it.
Johnny, this looks great.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's weird. It kind of comes together at the last minute. Like it's a little too thick, a little too powdery, and then it's nice and flowing and like lava consistency.
Perfect, yes. So we'll show you guys, but you want to be able to scoop it up and then it's gonna run. You want it to be able to move, have movement. I think I made 8 or 10 batches of these cookies before. I wouldn't say mastered them, but I think I understood them.
This is still pretty thick, right?
Yeah.
I want it to be a little runnier. We want it to drizzle off the spatula in like a really nice, effortless way. Let's see. So I'm doing the figure 8 test.
Oh my, yeah, get that figure 8. What does it look like?
See how it's
That's
reincorporating?
pretty. I like that one.
That's good.
So you guys, that's it. You do the scoop, little figure 8, and then how it will like kind of reconnect to its batter. Like that's what we want. Our batter's looking good, so
Yes.
we're gonna scoop it into this piping bag. We've got a tip at the end, but right when you put it in here, it is very runny.
Yes.
So this is a fun little trick, is you put a little rubber band right here.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
so
so
should
this
we
is,
fill the bag?
yeah, let's do it. Let's scoop it in there.
Let me tell you something. This freezer is stunning. Your freezer, I want
The
it.
gnocchi?
The
Shut
gnocchi?
up.
They've got
the
gnocchi?
is so good.
When I tell you that I'm looking at 5, I'm looking at 5 boxes of chicken nuggets. I would eat all of them, and they're so neat. This is not what my fridge looks like.
Oh my God, look at this, you guys. Okay, got
Popsicles?
ice cream sandwiches, These are homemade popsicles too. You know what the only ingredient in these popsicles is? Watermelon.
What?
Yeah, we took
I just
watermelon,
saw it.
literally scraped it all, blended it up, made our homemade
Dairy
popsicles.
free. If I was a kid, I'd be actually, I'm not a kid, and I'm losing my mind.
Oh my God, we got both gnocchis. Okay, we got the regular gnocchi and the sweet potato gnocchi. Please, if you're watching, do as I say, not as I just did. I got a little distracted by food. Here's what we're doing is a baking sheet with one of these. This is a silicone mat and it has little circles already made. There's 2 circles, inner and outer. You're gonna pipe the inner circle. And if you don't have one of these, you could just use parchment paper and on the back, trace little circles and then flip it over. Because don't do it on the side with the pencil.
Okay, wish me luck. I'm nervous.
I'm thinking you. I'm thinking of you. I'm sending you good vibes and thoughts and everything.
So it's important to be at a 90-degree angle, pipe just enough, and then
Little swirly whirly.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
That's good. And as you'll see his tip, the tip isn't touching the pan. He hovers right above it. And this is usually where I tell people to go fast. And sometimes I've even had to divide my batter into 2 bags because the heat from my hand made the batter get too warm and too runny. Johnny, you were like really good at, I'm like really impressed.
Are you? Thank you. I've made so many batches of macarons this year.
So after you're done piping them, we're gonna let them sit out at room temperature to develop this thin kind of crust.
The circles are circling, which is great. So the next thing I like to do is take a toothpick or a needle or something sharp to pop any bubbles I see.
Yeah, do you do tap tap too?
Let's do tap tap and then we can
Okay,
poke.
both these things are really good tips. It's a light tap tap on the counter and this will help the air bubbles come out. And then any air bubbles that are forming afterwards, poke them, pop them.
So we finished piping them out. Now we have to let them sit and just sort of rest. It's the one cookie I know that like needs a nap.
Yeah, just at room temperature, like right here on the counter, not in the refrigerator.
We're gonna let them sit for like 20 to 30 minutes. If you live in a more humid climate, it might take a little bit longer, up to 45 minutes.
Maybe even up to an hour. So you just wanna make sure that they're dry.
You can test by just kind of rubbing your finger over one and feeling if there's like a skin on it. You'll know they're ready if you can touch it and nothing comes off.
But then once we let them rest, take a little nap, heat your oven to 300 degrees and bake for about 26 to 28 minutes.
Go to sleep. Rock-a-bye, little baby.
Just take a nap, I'll eat some more snacks.
Yeah. So the cookies are baking, and while those are in the oven, we are going to be working on white chocolate ganache.
Oh yeah, you guys, and ganache is super easy if you've never made it at home from scratch. There's 2 ingredients, some cream and chocolate.
With white chocolate ganache, I do a little different ratio than normal ganache, just because white chocolate melts really easily. There's a lot of cocoa butter in it, so you don't need as much liquid. So we're doing like 2 parts to 1 part.
So we're gonna pour all the cream in a medium-sized sauce pot, head over to the stove, we're gonna put it over heat and bring it to a scald. So if you don't know what a scald is, that just means when bubbles start to form all around the outside. You don't want boiling, that's where the bubbles are in the middle. And then we're gonna remove it from the heat, pour it over our chocolate, let it sit for a minute, and then mix it up. I've heard that this process is called emulsification. Boom! There's a science term.
That's an SAT word. The white chocolate's gonna take a warm little cream bath.
Yeah, just let it sit for like a minute or 2, let it do its thing, just to make sure all the chocolate is touching some cream. Give it a minute, a little patience. I have to go distract myself, but not too distracted.
No, you
then
don't
who
wanna-
knows what I'm doing. You can do it, emulsification, you're doing great. Who named this?
I don't know.
It's been a minute.
Cool.
And it'll be chunky like this at first, but then it'll start to get smooth.
I highly recommend using a whisk when making ganache because sometimes you think that it's not combined enough, but a whisk really breaks it up.
This looks incredible. Okay, so now we're just gonna let it cool to be room temperature. Just let it sit out because we don't want it to be hot, warm when we're piping it.
Yeah, if you want to rush the process along, you can pop this in the fridge. Not for long though, because it really sets up quickly.
No.
So I cover ganache. I really don't like any air hitting any ganache.
You have it touch on top so it can't develop a skin.
And then it looks like a wrinkly old man.
That's gonna be me soon.
Oh.
I'm gonna look so good.
You are gonna look good. Great, so our cookies baked. We've given them plenty of time to cool.
And I scooped all the ganache into a piping bag, and we have a tip at the end. It is a number 12. So now we're just gonna pair them together. And so you can kind of look at them and see which ones are the prettiest. But this is a great beginner recipe because even if you have one that have some lumps or something, it's okay because we are going to dip them and sprinkle a little something on top. So it's gonna hide the imperfections.
It's like putting makeup on an ugly face.
Oh my
You
God.
just cake it on.
You just paint that barn, baby. Okay, maybe I overdid it. Okay, you
Okay,
guys,
it's
I just like
more.
filling. I
It's
love
m-
ganache.
It's just more.
Okay, this one is for me. This is a double stuffed. Okay, so I went too much, but I'll do a little less next time.
I really like to try to get it as even as possible.
I'm gonna change my ways here. This is hard for me to do, Johnny. I wanna put 10 layers on. I'm not doing it.
And you're done.
Okay, I'm not doing it.
you're
I'm just
walking.
doing 1 layer. Look at that, you guys.
Like, that's not
Gorgeous.
enough. I want more than that.
We are gonna be rebels. We're gonna put as much filling as we want. Traditional ones have a little. And just keep doing this to the rest of your cookies.
Our cookies are looking good, and now we gotta give them a little dip.
Yeah,
in our
time
white
to
chocolate.
decorate. This is my favorite part because it's the last part, and then we get to eat them. So
Yeah,
I get the
that's
most
why I'm
excited
excited
right
about
here.
this.
Yeah, here I just have a little bit of white chocolate. I heat it up in the microwave, and I put a little scoop of coconut oil in it, and I do that to thin out the chocolate. Okay, you guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna dip the top. Oh yeah, and then just let it drip, drippity drip, 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 drip. Give it a little shake, give it a little jiggle, and then when it slows, you can do a twist.
Oh yeah, perfect.
And then you give it a little shake, 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 tap, 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 and then crushed candy cane. We're gonna sprinkle just a little dash of crushed candy cane. Gives it a little texture, a little flavor. Some people like bigger chunks, but I like the little.
You don't want to break a tooth.
I don't want to break the teeth. I like my teeth. And then you're just gonna keep decorating. And ta-da!
Ta-da!
Here are the peppermint bark macarons that we made today. I hope you guys really enjoyed the recipe. And if you're gonna make a French macaron cookie. I think that these would be great for a beginner because you decorate the top. Also, a big thank you to Jonny for helping me bake today.
Thank you. This was such a pleasure.
Go follow all of his socials. I'll put them down below. But Instagram.
Instagram. It's the one my mom knows how to use.
It's a good one.
So she likes it. She likes me to
and
post on
remember,
Instagram.
the JonnyCakes.
Not JonnyCakes, because he's a different kind of guy.
We don't know who that is.
Or follow him. Or just follow him.
Yeah,
Give him a follow too.
Follow spree. And I'll be posting this recipe down below. So if you want to try it out for the holidays, you can. After all our hard work, we finally get to have one of these. So let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my gosh. Oh, my bark.
My bark.
My bark.
Oh, my bark.
No.
My bark.
It's so good, you guys.
It's so good.
It tastes amazing.
I'm gonna eat it off the floor. It's that good.
Hold on to your bark. If you left these out for Santa, you could have been on the naughty list. He'll come down that chimney.
He'll give you
take
everything in
one
his
bite.
sack.
He'll just leave his bag.
This is my second cookie. And you're still on your first.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. Make sure to come back tomorrow for a new recipe and a new guest. All right, bye you guys. Happy holidays. And if you'd like to watch any other videos, you can click up here. And then Jonny, you say, or up here.
I know. Go like this.
Yeah.
This is so fun. Or, oh man.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Or here.
Perfect.
Am I pointing at the? I want to point at the wrong spot.